Hey everybody, welcome back to FSP Forex Stock Predictions. Hope you are all doing well. I am the Vortex Trader, and today we are back on AUD USD in the 1 hour chart. We have a flag or a potential double top. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so what we are looking at is AUD USD. Now, what I'm going to do is switch to the 4 hour time frame because yesterday we were looking at this possible flag right here. And as you remember, I was saying that I was waiting for an impulsive break and close above this yellow zone, which we got. However, I was then waiting for a retrace back into the yellow zone, which we never got. So that's fine. There's no problem there. There's no reason to chase the trade, right? We just carry on looking for further opportunities. So what I'm noticing now in the 1 hour time frame is, look at this, another possible flag setting up. Or is it a double top? So let's remove this previous drawing right here so we can clear up the chart. Let's remove this and this and this. Right, so what I'm noticing is, and I'm sure you guys can see it as well, right? We either have a flag or we have two peaks representing the double top. So what I'm going to do is put peak number 1 right there. I'm going to put peak number 2 right there. And let's assume for the moment that this is not a flag and it is actually a double top. So let's erase the flag and let's look at it like this, right? Then let's go ahead and do this, which is our next zone of the double top. Let's do it like this. There we go. Now, what would have to happen in order for this to become a double top, right? How would we trade this setup assuming it is a double top? Well, what would have to happen is we would have to see price come back down and close below this next zone right here, this yellow zone. That's what we want to see. Let's turn this arrow, the color, change it back to black. All right, so we would want to see a close below this yellow next zone. We would then want to see a retrace back up into the next zone before jumping in and shorting the pair down to previous price structure around this region right here. Now, this could be a decent trade. However, I'm not a fan of double tops coming in straight away after such an impulsive straight move up. Usually with double tops, I like to see the usual slow meandering of higher highs and higher lows and higher highs as we draw it, and then eventually forming a double top pattern, changing the trend and reversing, because we know that double tops are reversal structures. This structure currently right now is one massive bullish piece of analysis, right? Which is just these candles have just rocketed up like a rocket ship, right? So let me remove that. So this is why I'm not convinced it could be a double top, and even if it forms like a double top, I may not necessarily trade it the same way just because of this impulsive leg upwards. Okay, now let's remove that. Let's look at it as if it were a flag. What would have to happen to trade this as a bull flag? So I'm going to remove this, and this is interesting, guys, because this is how we get to see how charts, they are pretty subjective. It all depends how we look at them. It's kind of like those interesting brain teasers for your mind. If you're looking at a certain image and you don't see it until you squint your eyes or look at it with your peripheral vision or something like that, right? So we can see this looks like pretty much a good flag, right? We have an impulsive move upwards. We have the volume to accompany it below. We then have price consolidating and cooling off. We have multiple taps on either side, at least 3, which confirms to us that it is a flag. It's respecting this support line, respecting this resistance line up above. And now we have a zone up at the top, which is forming some resistance. Now, usually with a flag, we like to see price close above this resistance line, right? Which is the very most top point of the flagpole. We like to see price close above it before retracing back into it. Now, we don't have that currently right now, and this is the hourly chart. And currently there is 48 minutes left of this candle, which seems to be rejecting currently this setup right now. So I wouldn't trade this as a flag as well, just because we have not had enough of an impulsive move upwards to close above this yellow neck zone, right? So what is actually going on then? What is actually happening? Could it be that price is going to reject here, which it has so far, come back down, retest the top of this flag, right? Before then carrying on upwards? Is that even reasonable to trade? Because then, if it had to do that, we would just be ranging between this support area right here, which remember could also be the next zone of a potential double top, and we would be ranging. See, we closed above it, we broke it, tapped the resistance, come back down, tap the support, go back up, tap the resistance. What if we come back down, retest it, right? The top of the flag also coincides nicely with this support line, which could be the next zone of the double bottom. Yes, before going back up and then just ranging between these two zones. That is also a perfectly possible viable opportunity, but it is not our job to guess what's going to happen next. It is our job to find an entry based on our rules and criteria and take advantage of that setup. So, are we saying this is a flag? Not too convinced. Let's remove the flag again for now. Let's remove this. One more thing that I do want to show you with regards to a potential double top, and let's go ahead and put peak arrows back in. There's our first peak, there's our second peak. Right, is look below at the MACD. Notice how we have divergence playing out, right? We have divergence. The candle closed into the zone of the wick, right? Price pretty much tapped the exact same area, but we have had more volume in terms of the candles closing in this zones here, because here it was just wicks. The second time we came up to this point, we actually closed within it. However, the buyers on the MACD have been weakening out. We can see that even though we've made a same price point, we have reached the same high the second time round. Look at that. We have our buyers weakening. We also have it on the MA lines, across the MA lines, right? We are sloping downwards. This could be another indicator as well that the bulls are weakening and the bears are going to be coming soon to take control over price. So it's all very much not very clear at the moment, and there's nothing that I would jump into per se right now, because there's nothing confirmed to me. There's no perfect entry, there's no perfect setup. The pattern is unclear. It looks really primed and perfect for something to happen, right? But we could just be ranging between these two price points, waiting for a breakout. Now, this is the hourly chart, so things can happen fairly quickly. And as you all know, I am a higher time frame swing trader. I primarily trade the 4-hour. So having said that, I think this is going to be one to watch just out of interest to see what happens with this pattern. What does it end up doing? Guys, if you have any idea what you think this pattern could be doing, please leave a comment below in the comment section. Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. And on that note, let's wrap up today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will be seeing you all in the next one. See you later.